I know I haven't been here for a while, so I apologize. We had a big double game week and then we've had a long break ever since. I should have just done something in the meantime, but I've been busy. Last week, I captained Salah and finally it paid off, but the damage has been done. It's too late. We're just trying to break into the top million. God willing, we can get that done. But everything else has been, Anderson got himself that 12-pointer, which is really good. Gabriel's proven he's just had an amazing season. Statistically, he's a league winning candidate. This could be the year, and Gabriel's been a bigger part as any in this title winning team or potentially title winning team. 7 points clear, why not? Liverpool not keeping that clean sheet really bugged me, but at least Salah got what he needed. So just moving on, my general recommendations for the week we're gonna have to get into is don't do anything. That's my main advice. Like, there's nothing to do. This is like projected fixtures. We don't know if game week 32, so this is game week 30 this week on the far left. Game week 31, we've got blank game weeks for Arsenal, Wolves, Man City, and Crystal Palace. And then we've got some double game weeks and potentially a huge double game week 33. So because of that, I'd say save. Whatever you have, keep it. Because you don't know what your strategy is going to be. Are you going to free hit? If you haven't already hit your wild card, then you're going to have to save it. And there's no 1 or 2 transfers that's going to make a big difference, I would assume. You've got some Aston Villa. And if things haven't gone as well for you before in the last couple of weeks, there's no reason that things can't change. Aston Villa are a very up and down kind of team. Morgan Rogers could come back into form. Ollie Watkins could come back into form anytime. They could keep a clean sheet in any given game. So you don't want to overdo it by chasing points, especially at this point. So just let this one go. Let the Carabao Cup final pass by. And then we've got maybe, I think, 2 weeks for international break. So there's a lot of time to come back, which is where we can talk about Spurs, because they're going to need a lot of bodies back. And I'm very alarmed at the way that they are running the club. Not to say that they've done well, not to say that the new manager's good or bad, but the injuries at that club are so vast to huge players. I'm not saying that they would have been a top 6 team if Kudus was fit, if everyone was fit the whole season. They should be, but maybe not. But they're definitely not as bad as this suggests. And the injuries plus the morale plus the instability is not helping the club. And something I really dislike about football is when outside noise influences what happens on the inside. I feel like it's your job as a staff to insulate the outside noise, and whatever happens in the club is its own thing. Outside, the fans are one thing. Yes, they're part of the club, but they can't dictate things. And when they do, for example, at West Ham, they dictated. They no longer liked Moyes, and that necessarily wasn't the best decision, at least not in the short term. They'll recover, but they're still not doing very well. So they still haven't, like, the outside noise doesn't help. What happens inside the club or inside the training ground, inside that team, should be a bit, you should have more knowledge than, like, you should understand that we've got barely a squad. Winning games is going to be extremely difficult, and every win that Spurs will get will be an achievement. Every single point that they get for 2026 would have been an achievement. They haven't had many. But it would be, because they've got no squad, they've got no centre-backs, and their centre-backs are losing discipline. Van de Ven either injured or suspended. Romero either injured or suspended, one or the other. Those are your starting 2 centre-halves. Maybe buy more reliable, more relaxed centre-halves in the future, but for now, with the squad that they have, I wouldn't have so high expectations that sacking the manager is going to be a solution. My team for the week. So I don't know how this is going to work for me. I am just going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to captain Salah again, because why not kick Spurs while they're down? But there's nothing really else. This is a very minor week. So there's nothing big. Sanchez losing his spot as a goalkeeper. The Liam Rossini romantic era, what do you call that? Honeymoon period, done. Absolutely done. So he's going to have to either deliver now, or in fact, that's it. He's going to have to beat Newcastle. Like, Chelsea have to beat Newcastle, whoever their goalkeeper is. With the European fixtures coming thick and fast, like, they've got the second leg coming to think about next week. How are they going to prepare? What is the team rotations going to be like? Who are the most fit players? Anthony Gordon is in the team, out the team. We've got big players all over the place. Will Ekitike be able to play 3 games in a week? I don't know. So the only team that you can actually rely on that is going to have the same 11 more or less every week, barring one injury here or one injury there, is Manchester United. That's all you can rely on in terms of minutes. And anyone outside of the European places, maybe Brentford, Bournemouth, those kind of teams there. But Bournemouth have players coming back as well. So I still have Haaland. I do want to get rid of him, and I'm thinking I will get rid of him in the latter part of the season, no matter what. Once it's decided whether they're gonna go for the title or go for Europe, then I'll know whether or not I'll keep Haaland. But as things stand now, just the performances, he might get one more hat trick left in the season. But I'm not going to captain. I can't imagine captaining him. So I'll probably miss out on those points. But aside from that, listen, I know it was late. This won't happen again. We'll see you next week.